Hello there, it's Grandma Shawn, and we are reading today Gino Badino by Diana Engel. And this book is about noodles. Another name for noodles is pasta. And noodles and pasta come in all different shapes, even little mouse shapes, as we will find out. This is Gino Badino. For as long as anyone could remember, the Badino family had been making pasta. Spinach pasta, egg pasta, carrot, and tomato. And they made it all in their factory. This is their factory, and there's the name, Badino. Badino Pasta. And there's their house that sits on top of their factory. They lived right above where they work, which happens sometimes in cities. The family factory was a bustling, busy place where everyone had a special job. Even Gino, the youngest Badino. His job was to sweep the factory floor each day after school. Gino hated his job and looked for any excuse not to do it. One day, he picked up a nice-looking piece of dough and squeezed it through his fingers. "This stuff is great," he said. "It feels like clay." "Don't forget your sweeping," said Mama, as she mixed just the right amount of flour and water and eggs. "And when you're finished," said Grandma, testing a new recipe, "come taste this broccoli pasta." I love broccoli. I would enjoy broccoli pasta, I think. But Gino had other things in mind. He twisted and molded the piece of dough until he found the right shape. In the morning, his little mouse was hard and dry. "Now I'll try something a little bigger," he thought. See his little mouse there? Isn't that cute? Each day, Gino picked up bits and pieces of discarded dough. He loved feeling the softness take shape in his hands. He made all sorts of creatures, but his favorites were the mice. Here he is making another little mouse, while all of his family works hard to make pasta. All different shapes of noodles. His fingers always busy, Gino watched his family work. "I wish you'd remember to collect your little friends," said his sister, Leonora. Uh-oh, if she's not careful, she's going to sit on another little pasta mouse, and there's one under her chair, too. "Me too," said Uncle Dom, poring over the list of stores that sold Badino pasta. Gino had trouble remembering. But while he played, his fingers grew more sure, his ideas more wonderful. "What's this?" cried Mama at bath time. "More dough?" He has dough in his ear. Gino was so busy, he didn't even hear. He's using the bubbles in his bath to make more shapes and imagine what else he can do with his dough. I think Gino really enjoyed that, doesn't he? Soon Gino's friends were treated to special birthday gifts. Look at that. It's like a little cake made out of pasta, a little statue with a mouse on top. How fun. And Gino's creations were the hit of show and tell at school. Wow, he made a dinosaur diorama with trees and everything, all out of his little pasta dough. In fact, the art teacher thought Gino's work deserved a special display of its own. Gino looks really proud. What a wonderful creation he's got there. But at home, the thing that Gino liked to do best only got him into trouble. "Every day you sit there playing with dough," his father would shout. "Where's the broom? Where's the dustpan? You've got work to do." Everybody in his family worked so hard, they needed Gino to do his job too. Now, the Badinos were a kind family, and they loved their little Gino very much. But they had to work very hard to keep their business going. They had no time for Gino's macaroni animals in fancy shapes. Late one night, Gino heard voices outside his bedroom door. "Our little business is not doing well," said Uncle Don. "The big companies can make more pasta in 1 hour than we can make in 1 day." "Ah," said Grandma, "that stuff tastes like cardboard." "I know," said Mama, "but if they make more pasta, they can sell it for less money." "Then," said Papa, "we'll make more pasta and sell ours for less too." "But how can we work harder than we do now?" said Uncle Dom. They all sat at the table in gloomy silence. Gino called out to his father. "I can help," he said. "Give me a real job, and I know I can help." "When you are bigger, my little linguine," said Papa. "When you are bigger." In the morning, Gino was up early. He ran downstairs to the factory. "I'll show them I can do a real job," he muttered. "We need more pasta? I'll make more pasta." Grabbing bags of flour and cartons of eggs, Gino began to fill the great pasta machine. He pushed the button and waited for the smooth, flat sheets of dough to roll out. At first, nothing happened. Then there was a loud belching noise. There was another belch, a squeak, a huge grunt. Uh-oh. Like a volcano. There was an enormous explosion. Like a volcano, the machine spit out a great gush of dough, sending it so high that golden pasta rained all over the factory floor. Oh dear, what a disaster. To Gino, it was all quite beautiful. The machine was quiet. He could hear his family stomping down the stairs. Gino knew he was in big trouble. "Gino," shouted Papa, "what have you done?" "What a mess," cried Mama. "That boy had better grow up fast," said Grandma. Uncle Dom picked up a mop. "Let's get to work," he said. "We've got to get another shipment out or we're really sunk." The Badinos worked frantically all day and all night. In the confusion, a few mistakes were made. Can you see the mistakes? Look, there's a little mouse and another one going into the pasta, and there's some more. Oh, and there's one falling off a shelf and going into another box. And over here, we have another one right there. Gino's little mouse animals he left all over the place are going into the pasta with the other shapes and getting shipped out to the stores. Oh my goodness. Finally, a new shipment of pasta was ready for Uncle Dom's truck. Gino, who had not touched a piece of dough since the explosion, swept quietly. Something odd in one of the boxes caught his eye. "Oh no," he groaned. A Gino Badino macaroni mouse stared happily from the window of the box. Gino didn't dare say a word. He was very worried he'd get in more trouble. A week later, at the end of a busy day, there was a knock at the door. It was the owner of a store that sold Badino pasta. "Is there something wrong?" asked Mama. "I've come about those macaroni mice," he said. Mama stared at him, bewildered. The store owner smiled. "You know, the ones that were packed in that last shipment. There was a clown mouse and a cowboy mouse." "Gino!" Papa shouted. He looked like the pasta machine about to explode. "Oh, so this is the artist," said the man. "Great idea, very creative. Every box is sold. Now everyone wants to collect those little creatures. I can sell as many as you've got. When's the next shipment?" Papa opened his mouth, but nothing came out. Right away," said Grandma quickly. "Right away." Imagine that. After the man left, Gino looked at his father. At first, nothing happened. Then Papa laughed so loud the windows shook. Soon all the Badinos were laughing. Gino laughed longer than anybody. Well, son, said Papa, you've got a big job tomorrow. The next afternoon, Papa picked up the broom. You've got more important things to do than sweeping, he said. I want to see some more of those famous macaroni mice. Well, imagine that. Gino finally got a job that he loved. Gino was truly happy. His afternoons were full of real work, and his nights were full of pasta, as he dreamed about all the wonderful shapes he was going to make. And that is the end of the Gino Badino book. Isn't that a fun story?